Overnight, both the Des Moines and Urbandale police departments were awash in blue lights showing support for their fallen friends. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. It is a day of remembrance.
It sure is. This is the one-year anniversary, as you said, of this horrible ambush-style shooting that happened both here in Urbandale and Des Moines. We're going to have live coverage throughout, special coverage this morning from both the studio and also out here in Urbandale, where, as you can see behind me, the police department is just coated in blue lights. More than a half dozen LED lights have been set up, shining both on the police department itself, but also shining on the American flag standing in front of the Urbandale Police Department. Dozens of citizens have been rolling up and taking pictures this morning of this memorial that also includes that single bright white light shining straight up into the clouds, bouncing off the sky. You can see it from a mile or two away here in the Urbandale area. Now, we are just a few blocks away from where all this unfolded 1 year ago. We are on 86th Street here in Urbandale, just a few blocks west of 70th and Aurora, where Officer Martin was killed at 1:06 a.m. last year. 20 minutes later, Sergeant Beminio was gunned down in his car at Merle Hay and Sheridan. The moment of that ambush attack was marked overnight in a special broadcast on police radios around central Iowa.
You are missed and will never be forgotten. 1140 and 5030, you are forever in our hearts. A moment of silence for these officers at 105.
And that extended for more than a minute overnight. Sergeant Beminio was 38 years old at the time of his death. He was born in Fort Dodge. He grew up in Iowa City and attended Simpson College. He worked for the Indianola Police Department for a time before joining the force in Des Moines. He had a wife and 3 children. Officer Martin was just 24 years old. He grew up in Rockwell City and also attended Simpson College. He joined the Urbandale force in August of 2015. He is survived by his parents and a brother. 1 year later, Martin's parents are still going through the process that all of central Iowa is, trying to just come to grips with what happened a year ago. Tommy Clark has more from them. This has just impacted, obviously, the whole Rockwell City community as well.
Exactly, Eric. Randy and Jade Martin say that the memory of their son is still alive, and they see his memory everywhere, including in their hometown of Rockwell City. They say from the bridge there that has his badge number to the football field, he is still being remembered. The Martins say Justin was destined to be a police officer who served others, and that will be his lasting legacy.
That's what he had his heart set on, and he got to do it, and not everybody gets to do the job they want to do and love doing it.
He said, I just want to help people. I want to be part of a community, and I want to help people.
Now, tonight at 5 and 6, KCCI's Laura Terrell is our reporter who sat down with the family of fallen officer Justin Martin. She'll have more from them, including how they feel about the community support they've received and also just how they remember him on a daily basis.
And you saw those blue ribbons on the trees there in Rockwell City that remain up. There's also memorials at Simpson College where they both went to school. It's just impacted so much of the community. And there have also been memorials here in Urbandale as well. Hundreds of family and friends gathered just not long ago in the last handful of weeks to honor Officer Justin Martin in Martin Field next to the Urbandale Police Station. There are other reminders as well, like the thin blue line placed near the front door of the police station behind me. The city also added an eagle statue of vigilance at the police station entrance. So when you walk in, all those things remind residents of Urbandale of that tragic day.
To remind us to stay vigilant, not only as a police force, but as a community, and not let this define us, but let this make us grow closer as a community and as a police force to continue moving forward.
And they have to move forward, but one thing they say has not changed in the last year, their commitment to the citizens of Urbandale. That goes on. They have to continue doing their job despite what happened a year ago today. We also want to go live with Alex Sachs over in Des Moines at the police department this morning. Alex, we know that there are events planned around central Iowa today as well.
That's right, Eric, and we are outside of the Des Moines Police Department this morning where it's hard to miss. You can see it lit up in blue just like it was 1 year ago after a tragedy struck the community. And the grieving process for both departments up until this point has been very public. And today they say they want to focus their attention internally and have a little bit more private moments to remember their fallen officers in their own way together as a law enforcement community. So private events will happen today for both departments. At 10:30 this morning, the Urbandale Police Department will have a public event with Officer Justin Martin's family. And while this has been a very public tragedy and what is sure to be a difficult day for many, When we spoke with leaders in the departments, they say they can't say enough about how their men and women have coped and come together this past year.
What you've seen is a lot of strength, a lot of courage, a lot of resiliency, professionals knowing what they need to do and going out and doing it under some very difficult circumstances.
I think that this incident not only brought us as an agency, as far as people, officers working together closer, also brought us closer with, Des Moines Police Department, and definitely closer as a community.
And since we've been here this morning, Eric, officers have been arriving. It is still any other day for them. It is still a work day as they remember their fallen comrade. Eric.
Yeah, we're seeing the same thing happen here in Urbandale as well, Alex. We should also mention that perhaps a big part of the healing process for the officers in both departments is the fact that they didn't have to go through a long, drawn-out trial in this case for the man responsible for this shooting. Scott Michael Green was captured just hours after the ambush, and in May, he pleaded guilty to the murders, that he acted willfully and deliberately. He was immediately sentenced to 2 consecutive terms of life in prison at the Iowa State Penitentiary. It is a cool morning, a very quiet and calm morning with a lot of memories going on around here in Des Moines and Urbandale. We're going to have much more in this half hour, including how the officers in both departments, as well as other departments around the central Iowa area, have kind of adjusted to life after this shooting, what they're doing differently now. But for now, we'll go back to you, Elizabeth, in the studio.